Zero-cost microbe liquid that makes your plants explode with fruit. If you've ever wished your garden could go from, pretty good to jaw-dropping abundance, then you're about to discover a secret I honestly wish I had learned years ago. It's a zero-cost, homemade microbial liquid that transforms ordinary soil into a powerhouse of life, unlocking explosive fruiting, richer flavors, and healthier plants across your entire garden. This isn't a gimmick, and really, it's definitely not another bottled miracle product. It's something you can make at home today using items you already have, and once you understand why it works, you'll never garden without it again. Welcome to the world of DIY microbe cultivation, the real engine behind thriving soil. And trust me, when you give plants the microbial support they crave, they respond with a level of productivity that feels almost unfair. Let's dig in. Why microbes are the real fertility powerhouse. Before we talk recipes, we need to talk biology. Gardeners often focus on nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, but the truth is, nutrients don't matter if your soil biology is dead. Microbes are the workers, the miners, the translators. They unlock minerals that roots cannot access alone. They break down organic matter into plant-available nutrients. They increase nutrient uptake without increasing fertilizer. They protect roots from disease. They stimulate fruiting hormones. When microbial populations surge, plants shift from what you might call maintenance mode to full production mode, and honestly, that's when the magic really happens. You'll see bigger flowers, heavier fruit sets, sweeter harvests, and deep, lush growth that doesn't rely on expensive store-bought fertilizers. The good news? You can actually culture billions of these powerful microbes at home for zero cost. The zero-cost microbial liquid, what it is and why it works. This liquid is commonly known as fermented plant extract, or sometimes folks call it wild microbe brew. Every culture around the world has some version of it, from Korean natural farming, or KNF, to old-school indigenous agriculture. The formula I'm sharing with you is simple, fast, and incredibly effective. You're essentially capturing beneficial microbes already living on healthy plants, multiplying them in a nutrient bath, and using them to inoculate your entire garden. Think of it like making yogurt, except instead of culturing milk, you're culturing soil-boosting microbes. Once applied, these microbes break down minerals that fruiting crops need, increase the plant's ability to pull nutrients and water, boost flowering and fruiting signals, strengthen roots, improve resistance to drought and disease, and speed up decomposition in the soil. And best of all, you only need a handful of healthy plant material to make literally gallons of this garden-boosting liquid. How to choose the best plant material. This matters more than anything. Here's where most homemade fertilizer recipes go wrong. People use random grass clippings or kitchen waste. That might create a liquid, but it doesn't create the microbial diversity your plants need. To make a potent brew, you want to choose fast-growing, vigorous, healthy plants, preferably weeds or plants that are growing wild in your area without any fertilizer. Why? Well, because these plants have learned to thrive in poor soil, harsh climates, and intense competition. Their surfaces are covered in hardy, nutrient-unlocking microbes. Some of the best plants to use include comfrey, plantain, dandelion, cleavers, chickweed, nettles, banana leaves, which are great for potassium-supporting microbes, sweet potato vines, and really, any deep-rooted mineral accumulator plants. What you're really harvesting is the microbiome of resilience, and you're transferring that to your garden. So, how do you make the zero-cost microbial liquid? This is the Soilpower version, simple, effective, and optimized for maximum microbial growth. Step 1. Harvest your plant material. Go ahead and gather a bowl or maybe a bucket of healthy, fast-growing plant matter, then just chop it up roughly. This helps expose more surface area for the next steps. Step 2. Pack it into a clean container. Fill your container about 2/3 full with the chopped material. This extra space gives microbes plenty of room to multiply and do their thing. Step 3. Add sugar or a sugar source. Sugar wakes up those microbes and gives them the food they need for explosive growth. You can use whatever you have on hand: brown sugar, molasses, crushed ripe bananas, overripe fruits, sugarcane juice, or even leftover syrup. Just add it at roughly 1/3 the weight of the plant material. And hey, don't stress about getting the measurements perfect. Microbes aren't picky at all. Step 4. Compress the mix. Push the mixture down until liquid starts to release. The sugar will draw out moisture and create a microbial-rich juice. Step 5. Cover loosely. Do not seal it airtight. This is a fermentation, and microbes need to breathe. Cover with cloth or a loose lid to keep insects out. Step 6. Ferment for 5 to 10 days. Keep it in a shaded, warm spot. You'll see bubbling and it'll start smelling sweet-sour. That's life multiplying. Step 7. Strain and store. Keep the liquid. It's your microbial concentrate. Store it in a bottle out of sunlight. It will last for months. Just like that, you've created living liquid fertility that, honestly, outperforms most store-bought products. Now, this is the part most gardeners never learn. Microbes must be diluted to work well. Think of them like yeast. If they're too concentrated, they just overwhelm the system. Dilution actually gives them space to activate. The perfect dilution is, well, 1 tablespoon per 1 liter of water, or 2 ounces per gallon. So, you'll want to spray it on the leaves early in the morning or apply it to the soil every 1 to 2 weeks during the growing season. Now, here's what happens after application. Leaves get coated with beneficial microbes, roots receive friendly microbial partners, nutrient cycling speeds up, flowers hold longer, fruit sets increase, soil structure improves, and disease pressure drops. The change is honestly so noticeable that many gardeners start calling it their garden steroid, but it's completely natural and safe. Why does this work so well on fruiting plants? Let's talk science for a moment. Fruiting requires potassium, calcium, trace minerals, good hormonal balance, healthy flower development, and rapid nutrient exchange. Microbes directly influence all these processes. When you add living microbes, your soil becomes like a supermarket constantly restocking itself. Microbes release potassium bound in clay. They solubilize calcium locked in organic matter. Microbes produce natural plant hormones that increase flower formation. They break down organic matter into plant-ready nutrients, and microbes help roots grow deeper and finer. So, this is why the brew works equally well for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, strawberries, zucchini, tree fruits, passion fruit, watermelon, eggplant, and beans. It's not about feeding the plant directly, it's about feeding the life in the soil that, in turn, nourishes your plants. Alright, so, what should you expect in your garden? Honestly, your first reaction will probably be shock at just how quickly your plants respond. Here's what most gardeners notice. Within 3 to 5 days, leaves turn a deeper green, plants perk up, and growth looks a whole lot fresher. Then, within 1 to 2 weeks, flowering increases, plants look more, well, alive, and you'll spot vigorous new shoots appearing. After about 3 to 4 weeks, fruit sets become noticeably denser, tomatoes cluster more heavily, peppers show deeper colors, and cucumbers start elongating faster. And in the long run, the soil itself becomes softer, darker, and richer, water retention improves, pest pressure drops, and your plants just become more resilient overall. Honestly, this is about as close as you can get to a gardener's cheat code, and it costs nothing. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes to avoid, because trust me, this will really save your results. A lot of beginners tend to overdo it or misuse microbe liquids, so here are the most important guidelines. Don't store your brew in sunlight, since UV light kills microbes. Don't apply it in full sun either. Morning or evening is best because the microbes stay alive longer. Never pour it undiluted. Concentrations that are too strong can throw things out of balance. Don't use sick or diseased plants or you'll end up culturing the wrong microbes. And don't ferment for too long. Once the bubbling stops, go ahead and strain it. Over-fermentation just reduces the quality. If you follow these tips, your brew will always be powerful. So, why is this such a game changer for both beginners and experts? Well, beginners love it because it's free, easy, and fast. On the other hand, experienced gardeners really appreciate that it delivers visible results. Honestly, it's rare to find something that works so well for everyone, no matter where you're starting from. But, the biggest reason this brew matters is this: it teaches you to garden with biology, not bottles. When gardeners stop relying on chemical inputs and start cultivating living soil, their gardens transform permanently. You're not just feeding plants anymore. You're cultivating an ecosystem that supports them. This right here is the heart of Soilpower gardening. Your garden is about to change. If you start today, microbial gardening is really the future, and this zero-cost liquid is honestly one of the simplest ways to tap into nature's genius. Whether you're growing tomatoes on a balcony or managing a full backyard food forest, this is one method that pays you back all season long. So, make your first batch, apply it, watch the difference, and once you see your plants explode with fruit, you'll know exactly why this has been a closely guarded gardening secret for generations. Enjoyed this Soilpower guide? If this article helped you, make sure to subscribe to the Soilpower YouTube channel, share this guide with fellow gardeners, and help spread real practical gardening knowledge. The more gardeners we empower, the more food we grow, together. Keep your hands in the soil, and I'll see you in the next video.